So I've been doing a lot of traveling, but I got home a few hours ago, and after my spouse and I watched a little bit of television and ate, I was really fatigued. So I crashed on the sofa. And as I crashed on the sofa, during my sleep time, I began speaking to the Lord while I was sleeping. You know, I do that sometime. And I encourage you to think on God when you're sleeping as well. But lately, I've been seeing a lot of videos about black people and this agenda that has been pushed out into the atmosphere. And I say it's a satanic agenda that is being pushed out into the atmosphere, that black people are oppressed, black people are victims, black people are marginalized, all white people are racist, all white people are white nationalists. White people have stopped black people from succeeding in life. The white man has his foot on my neck mentality. This is what I've been hearing for several months now, almost a year now. This is all I've been hearing on television. But then as I go back in my mind and think back, it has been happening in the past, little by little, but it has become more prevalent today. In other words, the devil's voice is getting louder and louder and louder. I was just speaking to someone and telling them, I was born in 1975. 1975. So I'm 50 years old. And in 50 years, let's just knock off, we're going to knock off the first 20 years. Okay, because I was young and doing my own thing and I wouldn't have cared what was going on in the world anyway, okay? But so I'm going to say in the last 30 years, I have never, ever seen it like this. All this race baiting, all this race raging, all this white supremacy, white nationalist. I'm oppressed. I'm a victim. I can't make it. I can't overcome. What is this? What is this? And now screaming reparations, reparations, reparations. So now back to me lying on the sofa, sleeping, speaking to the Lord. To stop for a second, I just seen a deer run across. Beautiful sight to see, I tell you. So I'm speaking to the Lord as I am lying on the sofa, taking my nap. Lord, what is this? What's wrong with black people? What's wrong with my people? The people that look like me, what's going on? Why are they so into race lately? You know, for the last 30, 40 years, it wasn't like that. You didn't hear all that. Yeah, we dealt with racism and, you know, but we didn't talk about it like this. It's like it's overwhelming. It's overtaking them. For some reason, they act like they back in 1935. Like in their mind, they took a time machine back. Even to the extent that I have parents that are in their upper 70s. They don't even talk about racism like I hear this current generation talking about racism and white supremacy and the white man got his foot on my neck and I can't overcome. They was born in the early 50s and they overcame. So what's really going on? Because this is some type of satanic agenda. I'm like, Lord, all I hear them talk about is our ancestors, what our ancestors went through, how our ancestors were oppressed, how our ancestors were beaten, how they did this and they did that to our ancestors. They want reparations this and they want reparations that. You know what I heard? They're more concerned about what their ancestors went through than what my son went through on the cross. They speak of their ancestors was beaten. Their ancestors went through this and their ancestors went through that. This the father. But my son was beaten beyond recognition for them. Hung on a cross and died for them so they could be free. But they too concerned about what their ancestors did for them and less concerned about what my son did for them, paid for them. The ancestors did could not sustain them because they still in bondage in their mind. But what my son did could not only sustain them, but it could set them free, even free in their mind. For who the son sets free is free indeed. But they don't want my son. They want their ancestors. And because they want their ancestors, they're going to forever be hollering, I'm oppressed, I'm a victim, I want reparations. If they truly accepted the finished work of the cross that my son did, they wouldn't even be speaking of this. They would be living in their freedom, not waiting on it. God bless.